Working with construction hydraulics requires knowledge both about the proper use of the equipment and the maintenance. Here are 7 must-do tips to keep your hydraulic equipment running right. First, come on guys and ladies, change the oil. This can't be stressed enough. So many equipment failures can be avoided if owners would simply take time to check and change the hydraulic oil. 2 specific conditions require hydraulic oil to be changed. First, when it degrades, and second, when it depletes. It's not enough to simply go by the hours of the machine. There are many factors involved that determine when the hydraulic oil needs to be changed. As a result, oil analysis is the only way to make an educated decision. Change the filters. A similar situation applies to hydraulic filters. You cannot depend on the amount of hours of the machine. Change the filters when the capacity is full, but before the bypass valve opens. A device to monitor the filters is suggested. In other words, if they're dirty, change them. Don't run your machine too hot. Running the machine when the hydraulic system is getting too hot leads to blown seals, hoses, and other problems. What is considered too hot depends on the viscosity of the hydraulic oil. When the viscosity falls below the acceptable rate, the problem will begin. Knowing that rate is important when operating the machine. The minimum viscosity varies from part to part. A vane pump requires higher minimum viscosity than a piston pump. Generally, you should not operate any machine when the hydraulic oil temperature goes above 180 degrees Fahrenheit. However, it could be lower depending on the part in question. Don't use the wrong oil. All kinds of problems arise if you're putting the wrong hydraulic oil into your hydraulic system. Knowing what viscosity is required is paramount. The viscosity determines the minimum and maximum operating temperatures. Research shows a restricted intake can reduce the service life of a gear pump by more than half. For vane pumps, the decrease in performance by installing filters here is even worse. And you got to know your machine. Hydraulic components are not self-priming and they are not self-lubricating. For this reason, it is important to go through the proper steps before starting your machine. Not doing so can cause damage. Educating yourself about your machine and its hydraulics will save you a lot of time, money, and pain. As always, if you need any parts for your machine, whether they're hydraulic related or not, be sure to give Conoco Parts a call.